All right, so good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, no, to all of you. So our discussion for today, no, is all about cost accounting tayo ngayon. No? So it is more on cost accounting, which is your cost allocation, which is the joint products and the byproducts. So ano ba ang ibig sabihin, no? What do you mean here of the joint product and at the same time your joint cost or joint product? Okay, sige. Let's start muna, no? All right. So when you say about joint costs, no, as distinguish them from the common costs, that would be your learning objective number one. Okay, sige. We go now to this, no. So what do you mean here of joint products at the same time your joint processes, no? So joint costs are costs which yield multiple products simultaneously. Meaning to say, you have a lot of costs which yield ang dami, no? Multiple products simultaneously. And very important here, no? Pag sinasabi class na joint product, no? When you say about joint product, you have what you call split of point. Okay. So what do you mean here of split of point? It is the juncture in the process when you have a separate identifiable products emerge. Alright. Meaning to say, at the split of point, if there would be product, there would be a separate identifiable product. Okay? For example, kung tayo ay may milk, no? So, of course, after ng milk, meron tayong skim, meron tayong liquid milk. That's why class, no? If you have split of point, no? So, if you have split of point and if you have joint costs, there would be product A and product B, no? So, separable costs are the costs incurred beyond the split of point and are assignable to the separate products. Now, if you notice class, there would be product A and there would be a product A. Halimbawa, product A is milk. Halimbawa, may cow. No? If you have your cow here, and you have your milk or cheese, no? So, kung ano man yung ginastos mo sa product A, and that would be your separable cost A. In product B, there would be separable cost B. And also, you have your product A and you have your product B. Ganun lang kadali class, no? Pag sinasabi natin joint products, no? And also, the joint processes na tinatawag natin. Anyway, alright. So to distinguish, no, the joint products, no, or what are the characteristics of a joint products? Number one, again, as discussed kanina, it requires simultaneous common processing, right? And number two, physical relationship, no. So processing of one of the joint products results in the processing of the other joint products. And also we have here additional qualities, no, of one joint products are produced when you have quantities of the other joint products simultaneously or proportionately. Number two, there would be what you call manufacturing of joint product always has the split of point. Yes, you have a split of point at which separable products emerge as sold as is or what you call process it further. Right? And costs incurred after the split of point do not generally cause allocation problem. Siyempre, wala ka ng problem, no? Particularly if after na ng split of point. Because you have now two separate products, two separable costs. Okay? So, none of the joint products here is significantly greater than the other joint products. Now, this is the characteristics that distinguish them, no? If you have a joint products or you have byproducts. Okay. Sige. Next one. Very important also, no, that in terms of an output of a joint process, you have your joint products, you have your byproducts, and scrap. No? So we do one by one. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng joint products, no? Joint products are primarily outputs of a joint processes, and each joint products has substantial revenue generating ability. Meaning to say the joint products here, it is the output of a joint process, no? Or as a matter of fact, they have a high value. Diba class? There would be a high value, all right? and are not separately identifiable as individual products, no, until you have split of point. Very important also yung tinatawag nating main product, no? So if you have your joint product, you have your main product. Pag sinabi class main product, it is the one with the highest sales value resulting from the processing of yielding two or more products. Okay? So again, joint products and also we have main products. So, iyan yung may high value, no? Pag sinabi naman byproducts or scrap products, yun yung may low product, no? Byproducts, incidental lang, no? Have low sales value relative to the sales value of the main, and scrap naman have minimal. Minsan nga class, no? Zero pa, no? Minsan nga they have a zero value. Uh, Kasi class incidental lang naman yan, particularly with the product. That's why it is have a low value. Okay, next one. So, why allocate joint costs? Why do we allocate this, no? So, the real reason why we allocate costs because of inventory costing and of course your cost of goods sold calculations. Number two, very important also is for the cost reimbursement under contracts, no? Siyempre, pag may cost allocation, pwede mo siyang i-reimburse, no? You have also your customer profitability analysis. Pwede rin ganon. You have insurance settlement computations and you have your rate regulation situations. So, that's are the reasons, no? Why we allocate our joint costs, inventory costing, cost reimbursement, customer profitability, insurance settlement, and your rate of regulations, no? Sige. We go now to this one, no? Identify the split of point in a joint allocations, no? So, ano naman yung mga tinatawag nating split of point, no? Ito yung mga sample natin. So, if you have your joint costs, you have your joint products, you have your byproduct, split of point, and you have your separable costs. Sige, one by one tayo. Ano yung mga sample? Halimbawa, you have your raw milk. So, ano yung costing niya? You have your cream, you have your liquid, and you have your skim. Okay? So, raw milk, cream, liquid, and skim. Alright. What else? Also, class, very important is your coal. So, your coal naman, you have your gas, you have your benzil, and you have your tar. Meaning to say, very important also to distinguish here yung costing naman nito, no? Yan. Sige. Number 2 tayo, no? Ano naman yung distinguishing products, no? So, ano yung joint products and byproducts? As discussed kanina, yung ating main products and joint products have a high value, while byproducts has low value. Kasama dito yung ating tinatawag na scrap value, ha? Okay. Alright. So, explain why joint cost should be allocated to individual products. Ba't kailangan natin? As discussed na naulit lang, no? To compute inventory, to reimburse, cost reimbursement, for insurance settlement, for rate regulations, and for litigation purposes. Okay, sige. Paano yung class ina-allocate, no? There are four different methods, no, on how to allocate your joint cost, no? Alright, how do we do that? Okay, medyo malabo to, no? There are two basic approaches or to allocate it. Number one, using the market-based approach and using the physical measure approach. How do we do that, no? So, under your market-based data, no, as you notice, there would be a sales value at split of point, no? Pwede naman siyang at net realizable value or pwedeng constant gross profit margin. Sige, one by one tayo, no? So, in terms naman of your cost, no, or allocating your joint costs, for example, you have product A of 10,000 at 10, you have 10,000 at 500 times 30, then you have 11,500 at 20, no? 10,000 times 10, you have 100,000, 10,500 at 30, you have 315, and 11,500, you have 20, and you have 230,000. 230,000 yan, ha? Okay. So, how do we allocate that one? Halimbawa, you have a joint processing cost of 200,000 and it is now your split of point. Sige, one by one tayo. Ito yung pinakamadali sa lahat, no? So, sales value mo, saan nakuha yung 100 given, no? 100,000, you have 315,000, you have 230,000, and you have 645,000. So, ibig sabihin class, 100,000 just divided by 645 to be multiplied by 200,000 as your uh, joint cost. Ganun lang. You have 31,008 for product A. Sorry. Product A to 31,008. You have 97,674 for product B. And product C has 71,318. Nakamali lang yung ano, nawala, ano. Again, 31,008 for product A. Product B may 97,674. Yung product C naman ay may 71,318. If you add all, you have 200,000. Ganun kasimple ang pag-allocate ng cost, okay? Ng joint cost. Halimbawa, class, assume that all the units produced of B and C were sold. Ibig sabihin, nabenta lahat yung B and C. Yan na yung ano natin. Pero yung product A is that 25% lang daw ang natira sa ating inventory. Ibig sabihin, 75% ay nabenta na natin. Paano yan? We go first with product A. No? So in terms of product A, since you have 75 times 10, you have 75,000. Okay? Then you have your joint cost of joint product cost of, di ba, given to 31,008. So makano yung ending mo? 31,008 to be multiplied by 25%. Ibig sabihin, you have 7,752 as your ending inventory. So if you prepare this one, no, if you notice in terms of the product A, 75 minus 23,256, and that's your ending inventory. Sorry, joint cost allocation. Just divided by 75, 69% would be your gross profit margin, no? 315 minus 97. Class, dito yung galing ha, yung ano natin, yung 31,008 kasi, no? So, yung kalahati niyan ay basically parang part siya ng ano ng allocation cost, no? So, you have 97, 674, and 71. Wag mo nito class ha, ito lang yan, no? 97, 674, and 71, 338. Yung product A lang class ang hindi buo because of 75% lang to, no? Bakit? 75% lang yung naibenta natin. Okay? As you all know, you have your 69% for product A, product B, and product C. No? I have here computations for this. No? Alright, sorry. Ito class yung ating sales value at the split of point method example. No? So, yan. Number 2, how about if it is a net realizable value? There would be process it further. No? So, yung A1 mo, instead of 10, 12 pesos na, instead of 30, 33 na, instead of 20, 21 na. Siyempre, you will also increase your product. No? So, you have 120, 346, 500, and 241, 500. So, ano mangyayari? Of course, there will also be additional processing costs. So, ano yung mga additional processing costs? Alright, you have your 35,000, you have 46.5, and you have 51.5. So in terms of net realizable value, kasama yung selling price mo na bago minus your additional processing costs, no? So ito na kasi 120 minus 35, you have 85. Ito yung additional ha, 346,500 given to kanina. Ito lang yan, no? Yan. Tapos ito yan kanina, no? 346,500. Just minus lang, no? Alright. So, you have 300, you have product C1, 241 minus 51.5, you have 190. So, magkano class in terms of allocating your joint cost? Okay, so, class, i-add mo lahat ito, 85, 300, 190, all in all, yan ay 575. O, ganun lang. Tapos, divide to be multiplied it by the joint cost. Ito na class, yung allocation of a joint cost of 29,565, 104,348, and 66,087. Okay? Hopefully, madali lang ha. Okay. So, class, if in terms of the net realizable value, okay, so allocated joint cost yung kanina, no? Using the NRV, then separable cost, yung separate cost mo, if you add all, that would be your inventory cost, no? 29,565 plus 35, 104,348 plus 4,265, 66,087 plus this one, yan, all in all. Okay? And that would be your net realizable value. No? How about naman if it is, or if you want to have constant gross profit margins? Again, we are finished now with number one, using the sales value at split of point. Napakadali yan, diba? Compute mo lang yung sales value, that would be the ano na, yan yung allocating base. Number two, the NRV. Number three is the constant gross profit margin percentage. No? Ano naman to? This method entails three steps. No? Compute first for the overall gross profit margin. Step number one. Step number two is use the overall gross profit margin percentage and deduct the gross profit margin from the final sales value to obtain the total cost that each product should bear. Ito lang yung class And step number three, uh, deduct the expected separable cost from the allocation base. Una-una, kunin nyo muna lahat yung sales value during the accounting period. 120, 346, 500, and 241, 500. All in all, you have 708. Then, deduct mo yung joint and separable cost. Yung ating gross profit margin ay 375 divided by 708, you have 52 or almost 53%. Ang gawin nyo, class, is, di ba, given naman yung sales value, just multiply it by 52.966. Okay? Ang lalabas dyan ay 63,559. 346,500 times 52.966, you have 183,527. 241,500 times 0.52966, you have 127,913. Kung ano matira, yan yung cost of goods sold mo. If you notice, class, same lang, 333. Diba? Diba? Madali to. If it is a constant gross profit margin. Okay. Madali lang to, class, diba? Since you have your cost of goods sold, ito yung kanina, 56,441, 162, 973, 113,587, and also alam natin yung magkano yung separable cost mo, any difference would be your joint cost allocated. Ganun pala, class, ang pag-compute ng joint cost. Medyo mahirap siya. Medyo madali siya kasi you will compute first for our constant gross profit margin. Hopefully, class, naintindihan ako Number one, using the sales value split of point, NRV, constant NRV. Okay. Next one. Alright. Ito naman, class, another approach is about your physical measure. Ito, class, napakadali sa lahat, no? Paano to? Add mo lang yung 20,000 pounds, 48,012. I think this is 6880, no? So 20 divided by 80 times 200, you have 50,000. Ganun kadali. 48,000 divided by 80 times 120 times 200, 120. 12 divided by 80 times 200, you have 30,000. Sana, class, physical measure na lang ang ibigay sa board exam na because of very easy na to compute. Yes. Sige. Number 5. Explain why the sales value at split of point method is preferred when allocating the joint cost. No? Ito yung reason kung bakit. No? Number 1, it measures the joint cost product immediately. No? Number 2, it does not anticipate subsequent management decision. Yes, it is useful in meaningful basis and also very simple. No? So, yan lang yung mga reason why mas maganda daw at the split of point. Okay. Sige. Byproducts tayo, pero yan. Next naman is all about byproducts. Accounting by byproducts using two different methods. No? Pero I will not focus more on the byproducts because our topic is more on joint cost and joint byproduct. Now, byproducts, again, they are produced from the common raw materials and or common manufacturing process. No, in terms of byproducts, they are produced incidental to the processing of the main products, and there would be allocation method differ from those of the main products. How do we do that? No, using the production method to recognize or recognizes the byproducts at the time their production is completed, or using the sales method delays the recognitions of the products until the time of their sale. All right. So I think this is our last slide. All right. So end of this joint cost and byproduct. Hopefully, you have learned about this subject, no, topic, no, about joint costs and byproducts. Please like, no, and share my page, no, Master Accounting by Jayman Lobo. So I will upload more about manage- management accounting, financial management, and your cost accounting. So again, thank you and see you all. Bye bye.